Have you ever painted on paper? Well, I'm going to show you a real cool form of painting that is super fast, super easy, and very few items you need to complete this project. You need a 6x6 printed paper, or do it, with no print on it. I like the print on it because it gives me a background and I don't have to worry about it. I will be using just 5 colors of paint, and it will be titanium white, Hansa yellow opaque, cadmium red medium, medium magenta, and permanent green light. Today we're going to be painting a hibiscus, and I love painting hibiscus. Growing up in Puerto Rico, we had thousands of different colors of hibiscus. There would be purple ones and blue ones and yellows. So today we're going to do a red one, and what I did is I traced my pattern around my paper so that you could see where I was going with my painting. Usually I don't trace it this dark, but I wanted you to see, the lines of where I'm going to be working at. So I'm going to start with my petal here on the outside, and I only wet my brush to get moisture, but patted it on my paper towel, and then taking a little bit of my red and a little bit of my medium magenta, I am going to take this oval filbert brush. I think it's a 0 by Ruby Satin, and I am going to hold my hand straight down, and I'm going to do this in one stroke. I'm going to paint this, take it here, and just pat it down. And what happens is it starts making your little ridges without you having to work on it too hard, right? So I will bring this over to the center and let it be. Okay, so now I have another one underneath here. I will do the same thing. I'm going to take my red and my magenta, and I'm going to go over this one here so that we know that this one is on top. And as you can see, we already have 2 of the petals done, right? So now we're going to go in here for the back of these. And if you really want to paint one of these, just look on my website and I'll have the kit available with all the paints, the paper, and the wood that we're going to glue this onto, and even the soft gel included in your packet. Okay, so now we got 3. Again, load my brush. I haven't added any water yet. At a certain point, you will have to rinse because your brush kind of gets tacky. So from the bottom up, I will take this again, and see, just around now, I'm starting to get tacky. So I will rinse my brush completely. And tap it on my paper towel, take a little bit of my red and my magenta, and do the same thing. Come here on the side and pull those little petals in. Very good. I am going to put the stem in so that we know where it is and we don't lose it, but we'll deal with that later. I'm just going to outline it. So we have a stem coming right here through the middle, and these little dots on top. So inside here, went too far. See how easy it is to erase? You don't even need, well, in this area here of our hibiscus, it's going to be a little bit darker. So rather than add another color of paint and all of that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix a little bit of my red and my green, and that's going to make my red really dark. See that? I will just tap a little bit of this around the edge here, right? So we know that that's going to be darker. And I'm going to side load that with my brush, and I'm going around each one of the petals to separate them. This one is on top, so I will go here on this side. This one is on the bottom. Again, take a little bit of your paint, come here and go around. This one is underneath, or maybe let's make this one underneath. And this one. Hey, it's your flower. You choose where you want them to be, top, bottom, it doesn't matter. So it's starting to look like a hibiscus, isn't it? So now what I want to do, and on the video, this shading looks way, way darker than what I really have it on my paper. I don't know why, but it's not really that dark on my paper. So just go really soft on that. Let me see if I can soften it for the camera. Much better. So now what I'm going to do is take my petals and I'm going to enhance them a little bit more, because there's a lot of white on the poinsettias. I'm sorry, poinsettias. Listen to me. I'm thinking of Christmas. Hibiscus. So I have my little red here again. And I'm going to put a little bit of white just on the tip of that brush. And I'm going to take all these little petals here and I'm going to push them in and give them a nice little highlight. See that? Move it in. Do the same thing with this one. And I'm going to blend this a little bit because I want to go all the way to the edge, but I lost my little red there, so I am going all the way. There we go. All the way to the edge. Do the same thing again and do a little bit on this one. And all I'm doing is, if you notice, I'm taking my paint, right? Taking a little bit of the white, and all I'm doing is flicking, if that's a term, my brush towards the center. This one I'm going to move up. Go from the bottom, up, 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 turn it around, go up, right? Take the same thing here, go to the center, go on this little edge, turn your brush around, and you have little ridges on them, which is perfect. And now, oops, I missed a little corner there. Now your hibiscus is starting to look like the real deal, right? And I like the fact that my little paper shows through the painting. So now it's time to put our leaves in, and I'm taking advantage of these leaves here on my print so that I don't have to do so much work, right? So again, I'm going to take my red and my green, because I want that green to be a little darker. Come around here, pull the stem down, have another one here. And because I have my little stem up here, they'll look like they should go together. Now I'm going to take a little bit of that white and that green, and I'm going to lighten this up a little bit. So there we go. And I will take advantage of the one here and highlight that one too. Why not, right? Okay, we got to put those little filigrees on the top. So I will take a little bit of this red and this yellow. It's going to be a little orangey. Let me mix it up a little bit more. See what you can do with just 5 colors of paint. Okay, I'm going to come here and tap, tap, tap. Ooh, my cat just went after a bee, and I almost jumped off my chair. Okay, so there is that. I don't think it needs anything else. I think it looks perfect the way it does. If you keep putting more and more stuff on it, the paper's just gonna get all messy. So what are we gonna do with this piece of paper, right? So I had it taped here to my board so that you could see what I'm doing. I'm just gonna take the little tape off. And I have this little piece of wood here that is also a 6x6, see that? And I have some soft gel mat. And you're going to take it. I always put it with the grain going with the picture, right? Don't try to put it this way because then it's fighting you. So I will put some of that soft gel. This one happens to be gloss, but you can use any of the ones you have at home. And put a nice amount of it. Don't be stingy because you don't want the paper to lift. And I will take it all the way to the edge. And don't worry if it comes out on the sides, it will dry clear. And I'm using Golden's soft gel matte. But if you have a different brand, you can use that one too. Okay. Now I kind of look at it, I turn it around and see for any little areas that I have missed. And I missed the little corner right there. Because that corner that I missed, trust me, it will lift. So you don't want to get it to lift on you. Okay, so I'm going to put my brush aside, my gel to the side. And now I will take my hand and put it at the edge of my wood. And I will take my piece of paper and put that also to the edge. And then very softly rub it down. Usually I do this when the item is dry, but for video purposes, there you go. Now you can put this on a little stand if you want to. Drill some little holes and hang it from the wall. And like I said, if you want to purchase the kit with all the items included in here, you can see how easy and fast it was to paint this little hibiscus here in red. And down the road, I may do a yellow one or a blue one, who knows. Thank you for watching so much. Thumbs up, please, if you liked my video. Leave a comment or a question if you want. And I hope to see you at my next video. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye.